I don't want to define social practice. I'd rather just have creative engagements with life that take many different forms. And the job of definition generally has to do with institutions, and I'm not an institution. So I would prefer not to define social practice.
Great, thank you. Would you describe one of your recent projects that you feel intersects with what we're calling social practice, and let us know how it does?
I responded via social media to your request for an interview and am doing this. So I think that's maybe a form of social practice. Otherwise, people can explore my own projects and see what they think and see if that is social practice for themselves.
Where can they do that?
They can explore social media, or they can explore the world around them and maybe intersect with some of my work there.
Okay, so if they Google Robby Herbst, that's where
Yeah,
that'd be a good starting point.
yeah, probably.
Okay. What do you feel are some of the challenges that face this kind of work?
Um, War, global warming, the perception of scarcity, and the idea that there are distinct issues facing social practice is a challenge in itself. That social practitioners might have challenges distinct from other artists or people. I think that's a challenge.
Fantastic. And how do you envision this kind of work, social practice, evolving in the future? Or do you?
I think that, like all movements which arise out of wrestling with context and agency, because artists have to both resist and engage and deepen their connection to history to remain a vital creative force rather than a historic institutional cliche of this era. So I think in order to continue making vital work, artists who claim this mantle must really deepen their understanding of where it comes from and what challenges have faced it in the past in order to be something more than just a cliche of the moment.
Uh, would you like to give any signposts for people who'd like to do as you suggest?
I think if you look at other quote unquote art movements that have engaged in social practice, in the last 100 years, they have all generally, there's been this issue of this framing of new art practices within institutions, whether it be Dadaism or Surrealism or situationist inspired artwork or performance artwork or community-based artwork or identity-based artwork or critical institutional critique artworks. And all those forms of art engage with the social. And they all get, in a certain way, incorporated in within institutions, and in a certain way their vital energy gets sapped from them. Even though that many of the practitioners who work in those fields have an ongoing thread of working within the social, they get boxed into a framework of understanding that in a certain ways limits its potential to affect the society at large because they become institutionalized. So I think by resisting a historicization and being aware of the multiple histories of a particular quote-unquote art movement, artists can recognize that their position is not within a movement but within a broader social struggle. And by doing so, resist in a certain manner historicization and institutionalization and continue to make fresh artwork and fresh meaning as opposed to make work that answers to a particular set of aesthetic concerns that are defined by an outside force as opposed to a creative, vital individual practice.
Or even audience growing concerns.
Yeah.
Robby Herbst, have you got anything else you'd like to add?
Nope. Thank you very much, Dan.
Thank you.